Versus if you could imagine if I had been going like 50, 60 miles an hour, we would have caught air and gone on our side. So you can just imagine how that would have ended. That could have been like run ending, or like we walk away with all sorts of lacerations and maybe a broken limb or whatever. And then just have to limp home and splint ourselves and not be able to do anything for weeks. All right, so basically I'm ready for things to be absolutely ridiculous first one again. Hey, Dime Brain. Don't put tutorial on my screen. Okay. So the good news is, inside our room, we're fine. But we are doing the unstable build where I can no longer drink directly from, like, lakes and that, which is fine because we haven't been doing it. But, you know, that isn't an option anymore. Put that away. Just checking that all the things we have in are still marked as safe to eat and all that. Okay. So I'm just going to proceed like everything is fine. I shouldn't have to worry about this because this was technically a lake. But with these types of updates, sometimes zombie positions can reset to where they were to start with. And so areas that you had cleared and hadn't seen zombies in forever might not be safe anymore. I probably should wait for these to be seeding, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take potato. Yep, yeah, the zombie bodies, I mentioned a few times that zombie bodies, the physics can get wonky with them. It really doesn't take much to roll the cars on bodies. That's the reasons why when things are safe to, like, do so, it is worth taking the time to try and keep the bodies off the road as much as possible. But with these populations, it's just I couldn't be bothered. It's just too much work. But yeah, so that's an example of how little it takes to roll your car. So then you can imagine, you know, someone who, again, is hauling butt going 50, 70 miles per hour, and they hit that, and their car is now in the sky. And then just really bad things happen when they land. Oh, well, take those out because those are rotten. So we filled up yet another freezer. So this is 4 freezers we've got full. Well, 3 freezers we've got full. Everyone's like, potato, potato. I mean, you right. Alright. Let's grab fish. More fish. Actually, disregard. I'm not going to grab more fish. Just gonna grab these veggies that we already had here. Okay, so that should be good for food amount. Oh, need to plant all these. So let's keep stuff growing. Alright, so I'm going to plant these potatoes. I believe we were about to, if I'm not mistaken, where we left off, we were about to get hit with a nasty storm today in-game. Like, starting the end of today, and then carrying through till however long it lasts. That gas can looks weird. That's because it's not a gas can, it's 6 gas cans. Hey, the Greater Danish, how's it going? Nope, everyone's been having a good day and all that. It's always fun having everyone pop in here right at the beginning of stream. Like, that always, it starts your stream off on the right, you know, foot, because there are some days, and I get it, that, why aren't you, oh, I wasn't right. Well, it's time to gain a little bit of first aid experience, because I wasn't using a shovel. Did I damage my gloves? Because I probably damaged my gloves. I did not damage my gloves. For the record, you should use a shovel when digging. It's a good idea. Don't do like we just did, which is we hurt our hands because I forgot I didn't have a shovel on me and wasn't paying that close of attention. So we Our farming, first aid on, on accident. The sexy gas can abominational horror. Yep. Hey, Booty Paper, how's it going? Yeah, so you can dig furrows by hand. You will occasionally, like, cut up your hand. It's fine. But, just be aware of that. Well, I guess it's probably a good thing that we do have a storm rolling in, because since I did that, when I'm using two-handed weapons in two hands, we'll take a penalty. But, we're probably going to be stormed for the next day or two, so we'll probably just heal our hand before it matters. Otherwise, I'll just use my short blades and all that. Oh, geez, sentient cookie. Alright, where these are recidining, we'll go ahead and remove those. And apologies if I've had to clear my throat a few times. I had a real quick lunch before stream, and I didn't think about what I was eating, so it's food that kind of coated my throat, so take a little bit for that to sort out. My apologies, I'll try and be good about when I see it coming, that I'll mute my mic. Sometimes you don't get warning. It was delicious, though. Pretty much, it was one of those things that's like, I should have more than enough time to go out and grab myself a bite to eat. And then, it's not that the service was slow, but, it took a while. It's like, oh no. It took much longer than I thought. I did manage to get back in time, but I wanted to get more done before stream, and that didn't happen, which is fine. Nothing was super urgent. I did have a bunch of the shirts that I had in the merch store came in because I wanted to see the quality of them. This is the start of the storm. There was one, and it's probably I just don't know the style of shirt because it's not normally like the ones that have the half sleeve or whatever. I got one of those just to see what the quality is, and it didn't seem like it was hemmed. And I don't know if that's just like normal for that style of shirt because it doesn't look bad, but I'm not used to it. So it's like, okay, is this like a quality control thing, or is this just like normal for this shirt? Like what's the deal here? So I gotta figure that out. But the other stuff all was really good. Like that's actually, I have one of the tank tops on today. And I put the other shirt on top because I'm self-conscious about like, I realize people get not weird about stuff, just don't want to be uncomfortable. Okay, so what is the weather situation? Because I remember what we left off. Because I believe we're supposed to have a bad storm towards like the afternoon. It's not so much the oh my body part kind of thing. You see like little chest hair kind of stuff. And some people that's kind of a thing that makes them uncomfortable. Whatever. So I'm actually using more of the, I'm using the shirt more as like an anchor for the tank top to keep it from, climbing down, as it were. And I get it. I would also, like, not that be like a problem or whatever. If I tune in a channel and there's like this person has a shirt that goes like this, like barely covers everything, be like, alright, like, that's fine that you're that comfortable with yourself. It's not really like what I'm looking to see on stream. It's like, it's cool that you got that level of confidence and all that, like A+ on that. Not what I'm here for. And also, the game store I have, they're doing a special promotion thing right now that they're taking none of the profits of the game whatsoever. So the sales are having, like, it's just the base price of the game, whatever the game company charges, and then whatever they throw my way. Like right now, it's 100% of all the stuff over the base price goes to the streamer. I don't even remember what I have in there. I know City Skylines and all its DLC is on there, so if someone is debating it... Hey, Growlcore, thank you so much for the raid. I'm going to try and pay attention to this radio while also doing this shout-out, so I don't miss and have to wait. Okay, so yeah, we do in fact have today the entire day, and it sounds like tomorrow we're going to have crap weather. Checks out. Anyways, Growlcore playing some Satisfactory, an excellent and highly addictive game. The factory must grow. Okay, so we did update to the unstable branch, and I had a lot of people warn me that the unstable branch. One thing that did happen was zombie positions got reset. So what that means is if I didn't kill a zombie where that zombie initially spawned, it could just teleport back to that location. So for the time being, I'm treating everything as unsafe. That said, with as many zombies we've killed in these areas, I'm not expecting trouble. But, you know, it's better safe than infected. Oh, and one thing, like... You've probably seen where accidentally sometimes over here when I go to use the door I actually climb over the wall or whatever. If you put a ceiling there, your character won't do it anymore. So, taking 2 seconds to slap a roof over it will stop that behavior. Which can be very helpful because, while not the worst thing in the world, climbing over these walls burns a lot of stamina. Alright. It's looking pretty clear to me. Do I still have the saw and all that? I have the axe on me, or have an axe on me. I do not appear to have the nails and saw. I think that's right, that we had one day that things looked like they were going to be pretty alright weather-wise. Alright, so we need fuel. That the weather was going to be pretty alright, so we tried to run out and get one more day to push Rosewood before the bad weather came in. And then, you know, then the bad weather came in. I will certainly ask that tree a question. We're just going to top off the generator real fast. Because that is one downside, and that's actually the reason I was hesitant to put in that next ice cooler, is the more and more you put on the generator, the more and more load it has on the generator, the faster it'll run out of gas. So it's just kind of the more you end up having to babysit the generator. It's really not that bad, but I'm also very lazy. So it is a balance. Okay, so let's put back... So we filled the gas, put this back. Grab our nails and our saw, which should be in the correct box now. Oh, and where my hand is bandaged, that was me forgetting to actually have a shovel when digging. So we did not take a zombie injury. I just did an oops and was digging with my bare hands and hurt my hand. It's okay. Wait. The nails aren't put away there. What have I done? Alright, so somewhere I have... Oh, they'll be in the back of the truck again. So I'll have the saw and like 200-something nails in the back of the truck. Because I accidentally brought them with me. And this is excellent because I just planted all those potatoes. I was like, I really don't want to water those. And problem solved. Procrastination and laziness wins again. Why put effort into doing something when it can be just done without effort? Alright, so... Saw. Oh, there we are. Nails. We have too many nails carried, that's fine. Because I can go... Equip in both hands. Now there's room for nails. Alright, before I start chopping stuff, I am again going to stroll. I'm just treating all of this as unsafe for people like this, right here. This guy is why we're treating everything as unsafe. Alright, let's loop around one little bit farther. Make sure no one else is in the area before we start chopping. Because it did do the update to the unstable branch. And like I said, I've had more than once that when I've done those resets that we end up having all sorts of issues. Like I said, that hand injury, not a zombie. I was digging without a shovel. And didn't think of the fact that I was in fact digging without a shovel. So we hurt her hand, digging in the dirt with no shovel. Luckily, for while we were doing that, we chose to do that on a day where the weather's crap, so at least I'm not like, well, we're losing another day of clearing, because we were already losing this day of clearing zombies, because the weather's going to be crap for today and tomorrow in game from the looks of it. Luckily, these days go really fast. We cut down a bunch of stuff till we get really tired, we put up some stuff, and then we go to sleep. And then we repeat the next day. Colo cashing in the second set of push-ups. Colo on the ball, considering we're only 20 minutes into the stream, and we've already had 2 cash-ins on push-ups. And there is a cooldown of 15 minutes on those, so... Colo has 100% said, I will get all of my push-up points taken care of. I will not be denied. And then Booty Paper going, you know what? Forget these points. For the record, points are really heavy. They take a lot of inventory space. Very, very, very high in kilograms. So it's dangerous to keep those around. You'll get yourself exerted. Exerted gets you killed. So it's good to get rid of those points as fast as possible. But in just a minute, I will turn around and get these push-ups done. Colo also deleting points and more points. Going, you know what, screw all these points. These points are heavy. I might have to sit there and put a limit on how much those can be cashed in. Because that's the point of having the higher point deletion ones, is so that people don't have to spam it with deletes. Yep. I like people have to strategic delete their points. Moriarty dropping 5,000 points, going, I have so many points. Like, let me just flex on all of y'all with the sheer number of points I have, and that I am just going to chuck 5,000 points into the abyss, because that's the way we choose to live. Lurking is huge for support of the channel. Legitimately, when people go looking for a game, a lot of the times the way it goes, and this isn't everyone for the record, a lot of times the way it goes is someone goes, there's this game project Zomboid. I've heard good things. Maybe I want to go look at a stream and see what's happening. Oh, look. I lurk. Hi, bye. Thank you for the lurk, Rumshackle. But yeah. So what'll happen is someone will go, alright, let me look up this game. And they'll see a bunch of streams for the game. And whether it's good, bad, or otherwise, if you're only at like 1 or 2 or 3 viewers, most people will just not look at your stream. And it's understandable. You'll have the assumption that like either like the stream is really poorly polished, the audio quality is crap, they're not talking, like, you'll assume there's a reason they don't have viewership. Which, again, is perhaps unfair. But, by lurking, where you sit there and go, okay, well, I want to see this game. Oh, hey, this person has, like, 30 viewers, they have 70 viewers, they have 50 viewers. It very much is, the number of viewers will help you get seen and get you more viewers. And so every single person lurking in channel is another one on that count. That helps you get noticed. And then behind the scenes, Twitch has its algorithms and all that, which decides like which one channels it'll kind of be like, hey, this is a channel you might might want to check out. Here's a channel not really. And so the viewer count does heavily influence that as well. So it is super huge. Like, very much lurkers are like one of your primary groups of people on your stream that help your stream succeed. Not that chatting and all that doesn't also help tremendously. Just saying. I would say there are significantly more lurkers on Twitch than there are people who actively chat. There's a lot of people who just turn it on, it's background noise, they're just kind of doing what they do, but you know, they're just tuned in your stream as something like, and it's the same thing I did when I was working, like, you know, I would often, if I had the opportunity to turn on a stream and just leave in the background just so I'm not sitting there in silence, because I'd either do that or I would turn on like lo-fi kind of music, that type of thing, something that wasn't distracting, but, you know, gave you some type of noise to listen to. Yep, and Pretty Picture says, "You're welcome, Kappa," and thank you. And Moriarty says, "It's difficult to chat when you're on, when you've got Twitch on the TV." Yep, and I've heard that, and then I've also heard sometimes on mobile it can be real rough to chat depending on stuff as well. And I'm pushing our character way farther than I should. I was really expecting this axe to break by now, and it's just not. So we're full on exhausted, so if I ran into a zombie right now, it'd be a bad time. That axe is still only a half condition? Alright. Because we just cleared this entire area of all trees. Give me a moment. So I was like, oh, okay. Because I did make the comment the other day, when I say the other day, like weeks ago, that's like, hey, you know, spend some time with your friends. Alright, gonna make sure to add fish in here as well as the veggies. So that's cool. Alright. Thank you again for lurking. I do appreciate it. Yep, just married things. Well, you do that. Let's clean our bandages. But yeah, so where you see this infected here, for anyone who's new, this is not zombie infection. This is plain old boring infection. We're not wasting bourbon for that. No, it's just plain old boring, like uninteresting, like bacterial sort of infection, which like in real life, you know, actually a big deal. Like if you get an infected wound, get it properly, you know, treated and handled. It can be super dangerous. But you know, in Project Zomboid, infection is a near meaningless mechanic as far as normal infection goes. Oh, okay. Gonna have to amputate. We're just gonna have to biopsy your arm. And I don't mean do a biopsy on your arm, I mean a biopsy of your arm. So we're just gonna fast forward a little bit, because if we go to sleep right now, we're gonna wake up in the middle of the night, and that's super annoying, so, you know, it is what it is. The downside is, I'm a slow healer, so this crap's gonna be annoying. So we're unintentionally farming that first aid XP. So that means I've tripped twice, and then I've dug with my bare hands once of the injuries we've taken. Oh, we need to sleep now.